Okay, friends, we are ready to do some math. So when we talked about math on Friday, we worked on making numbers greater than 10. So what we're going to do is we are going to start trying to make a 10 because this is going to be important because next week what we're going to have to do is add 3 numbers together. So we're going to try to find a 10 to make it easier to add 3 numbers. So we're going to practice by adding 2 numbers and trying to make a 10. So the first thing that we need to do to get our brains warmed up is we are going to do our problem of the day. So I've got our problem of the day on my board, and I'm going to read it to you. And as I read it, I want you to think, how can you solve this problem? It says, Mason wants to paint his house. He needs 12 cans of paint. He already has 3 cans. How many more cans of paint does he need? Ooh, I heard a key word in there. Here is my key word. I hope you're going to be able to tell somebody at your house what how many more means. So the first thing that I need you to do is I need you to think, all right, I know he needs 12 cans. So I'm going to draw my 12 cans of paint. Well, I see that he already has 3 cans, so I'm going to get rid of 3 cans. Now, I can see how many more cans he needs. So, when I read the words, how many more, I know means minus. So, I'm going to start out with 12, because that's how many cans he needed. He already had 3, so how many more means minus. I can see here that he still needs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He needs 9 cans of paint. So I know that my job, after I've drawn a picture and I've written a number sentence, I need a regular sentence that will answer my question. How many more cans of paint does he need? So I'm going to start here. He needs 9 more cans of paint. So I used the words from my sentence. He needs 9 more cans of paint. So now I've been able to solve my problem by showing a picture, a number sentence, and a regular sentence to answer the question. Okay, so now it is time for us to get started with trying to make a 10. Remember, I told you that our job is to be able to make a 10 to add more easily. So what we're going to do is we're going to decompose. And if you remember, we've got a number, and when we decompose, we break it into 2 pieces, which is kind of what we did on Friday. So my problem says, we're going on a field trip. Everybody loves field trips. We know we have to get on the bus to go on a field trip. So far, there are 7 kids already on the bus. Here are my 7 kids. 7 kids are already on the bus. Now, I know that I have 5 kids that are still waiting. They're hanging out. They can't go anywhere. They're still waiting to get on my bus. So I know that I could just count these, but remember, our job is to be able to make a 10 to add more easily. So I want you to think, what could I do to make a 10? Well, I think the first thing I could do is fill in my first bus with some kids. So now my bus has 10 kids. And I can see that what I have now is 10 and 2. can I add 10 and 2 more quickly than 7 and 5? Of course you can. 10 and 2 is 12. Excellent job. Now what I want you to do is I want us to think about this one. So I have 9 kids on my bus. I have 9 kids on my bus. Well, I have 5 kids that are hanging out waiting to get on the bus for our field trip. So I want to know how many kids are going to go on the field trip. And I know that you're already thinking, oh, well, this is easy. All I need to do is add 9 plus 5. Yeah, you can do that. But remember, our job is to make a 10. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my kids that's waiting to make a full 10. Does everybody see how I made a full 10? So now I can see very easily that I have 4 friends and 10 friends. So I know that I'm going to be able to add 10 plus 4 much easier than 9 plus 5. So 10 plus 4 is 14. Now what we're going to do is we are going to do one more. And then your job is to try this one on your own. So my problem is I have 8 kids waiting on the bus for this field trip. They're so excited. 8 kids are waiting on the bus. I have 7 friends that are standing waiting on their teacher to let them get on the bus. So I want you to see if you can figure out how to make a 10. I know I could add 8 plus 7, but that's a lot harder than making a 10. So what could I do to make a 10? Okay, I hope that you were just telling somebody at your home, oh, Miss Metz, this is so easy. I'm just going to put 2 of my kids that are waiting on the bus. Now I have a 10. And I have 5 kids still waiting to get on the bus. So I can add 10 plus 5 much easier than 8 plus 7. So 10 plus 5 is... You got it. Excellent job. Now, I'm going to tell you that your job, after you watch this video, is to practice a fact fluency page. So you should have those in the packet, in the bag of stuff I sent home before spring break. So you're going to pull one of those out and you're going to do your very best to get it done as quickly as you can. Remember, Miss Metz doesn't time you, but the first 5 friends get a Skittle. So I want you to be thinking, I want to get a Skittle, I want to get a Skittle, and I want you to do it as quickly as you can. So you're going to do your first fact fluency and make sure somebody at home checks it.